Hello, this is Mrs. Ross, and this is Lesson 9, Adding, Subtracting, and Multiplying Fractions. We're going to be working out the starred problems. Starred problems are normally more difficult than the non-starred problems. They're either more difficult or it's newer information. So I like to show you guys how these are done. Hopefully you're writing this down in your spiral so that you can use it later. And if you want to find the starred problems in your book for Lesson 9, they start on page 63 of your Saxon Course 2 textbook. Let's get started. All right, number 3. Replace each circle with a proper comparison symbol. Remember that this is greater than, less than, or equal to. And then write the comparison as a complete sentence in English words, I guess. Okay, using words to write the numbers. Yippee. So we have 1/2 is greater than, less than, or equal to 1/2 times 1/2. So I have to do this first. So I have 1/2 is greater than or equal to or less than 1/4. Now if I have a circle and I have 1/4 of the circle, and then here if I a half, so I can see that a half is greater, so I'm going to go ahead and do this. And then if I write it out, let's see, 1/2 is greater than 1/4. My handwriting is atrocious. I hope that you can somewhat read that. Let's look at this next one. So we have -2 is greater than, equal to, or less than -4. So on a number line, keep in mind you have 0, -1, -2, -3, -4. And the further you go this way, that is less. And this is greater. Which means -2 is going to be greater than -4. Okay, so let me write that over here in purple. -2 is greater than -4. Awesome. Okay, number 4. Let me change colors because they're kind of squished. These are kind of squished together. Write 26,000 in expanded notation. So let me go ahead and erase some of what I have, and then I have some space to work that out. So I'm going to pause you guys. Maybe, if I can find. Okay, so let's go ahead and write out 26,000 so we can see what it looks like. And then when they ask us to do it in expanded notation, what we're doing is we're actually taking the number and multiplying by its place value. Okay, so the 2 is in the 10,000s place, and then the 6 is in the thousands place. And this is our answer right here. Okay? All right, number 5. A dime is what fraction of a dollar? So a dime is 10 cents and a dollar is 100 cents. My zeros are going to cancel, so the answer is 1/10. A dime is what percent of a dollar? So percent is per hundred. And if I go back up here, a dime is 10 over 100, or 10 cents over 100 cents, which means it's 10% per hundred. 10 per hundred. Number 6, the flag to the right is a nautical flag. Nautical means that it's used in sailing, on the ocean, or on a lake. That stands for the letter J. Can you imagine? That means there's 26 flags that are all different, that stand for different letters. That's amazing. What fraction of the flag is shaded? Okay, so we know that this is part over whole. So I have 1, 2, 3 as my whole, and I have 2 of those parts shaded. That's a 2. What fraction of the flag is not shaded? Again, it's part over whole. And it's this, we have 1 out of the 3 parts that's not shaded. Number 7, is an imaginary line from Earth to Moon a line, a ray, or a segment? So if it starts at Earth and it goes to the Moon, that means that it doesn't go on forever. It has a beginning and it has an ending. This makes it a segment. Okay? Use an inch ruler to find LMN, MN, and LN to the nearest 16th of an inch. So I'm going to have to get out of this view so we can use our ruler. So let me pause you guys for just a second. Okay, so I got out of that view so you can see everything on my screen right now. I'm going to click on my inch ruler here and bring it up here. I'm also going to go ahead and flip it because the inches are on the bottom for some reason. Let's see. So, and we'll put this up to here so we can kind of see what it is. And I don't know if it's going to let me write or not, so let me see if I can get to the draw part. Okay, so we have MN is 1, 2, 2 1/4. So MN is 2 1/4 inches. And then we need to move this to find LM. So let me get out of the draw part, see if it'll let me move it. LM, so I'm putting my 0 on M. Looks like the same. Okay, let me get into draw. Oh, yeah, that's good. Okay, so this is 2 1/4 as well. And LN is going to be that plus that. So if I add those, I get 4 2/4 or 4 1/2. Let's see if that's what actually happens when we move our, let's see, move this to 0. Yeah, look at that. It's 4 1/2. So we got it. All right. Let me move this back down here. And I'm going to change views again. So hold on a minute. All right. So this ended up being, different color. That's lovely. 4.5 inches. And those little dots mean inches. I'm sorry. All right. Number 9. List the factors of 18. So I know it's 1 and 18. And then I'm going to fill in the middle. 2 times 9, okay, 3 times 6, 4, 5, that's it. Those are the factors of 18. B says list the factors of 24, so I have 1 and 24, 2 times 12, 3 times 8, 4 times 6, 5 is not in there. Which numbers are factors of both? So these would be common factors. So we know we have 1, 2, I can't circle, 3, 6. That is all of it. So 1, 2, 3, and 6. And then it says which number is the GCF. This is the greatest common factor. It's the largest factor they have in common. And that's going to be 6. Okay, let me change colors because that's red. If n is equal to 2/5, find. So we're going to plug in 2/5 everywhere we see n. And when we add the top numbers. So we have 2 plus 2, and that's all going to be over 5. Nothing happens to the bottom number when we add. That's our answer. And then here, 2/5 minus 2/5 gives us 2 minus 2 over 5. I'm running out of room. I'm so sorry. 0 over 5, which is 0. All right. More fractions. So we have 3 and 11/15 minus 1 and 3/15. So when we subtract, we know it's something over 15. So 11 minus 3 is 8, and then 3 minus 1 is 2, and that's going to be our answer here. Here, and again, if you can do this horizontally, that's perfectly fine. We know it's going to be something over 8 because when we add, the denominator stays the same. 3 plus 4 is 7. 1 plus 1 is 2. Okay? And then we have multiplication. Let me change colors for multiplication. Where'd my thing go? There it is. Okay. So this is equal to 3 times 1 and over 4 times 4. When we multiply, our denominator is going to change. So 3 times 1 is 3, and 4 times 4 is 16. And then finally we have this, which is actually a division problem. Okay, so 17 goes into 1802. Let's see, 1, 17, 10, 0, 0, 1, 0, 2, and I don't know. 17 goes into 102, 102, divided by 17, 6. Awesome. Well, thank you, Mr. Calculator. So the answer to this is 106. All right. Moving right along, write the steps and properties that make this multiplication easier to perform mentally. Great. So this 50 times 36 times 20 is what we're given. And I'm going to move 50 or 20 there. And since I changed the order, that's the commutative property of multiplication. And then I'm going to put parentheses around the first two. So when I put parentheses in, that's associative. And then I'm going to multiply 50 times 20. So 5 times 2 is 10, and I have 2 zeros. So there we go. So here I just did 50 times 20, and then that's 36 with 3 zeros, and I did 1,000 times 36. So that's what they're looking for. Let me change colors, and I might even, okay, shoot, fire and brimstone. Where did it go? There you go. All right. Lines A, B, and X, Y lie in different planes. Look how beautiful this is. Which word describes their relationship? They are not going to intersect. They are not parallel. So they are skew. 28. Refer to the figure to the right to answer A and B. Which angles are acute? So this is less than 90 degrees. So angle A and angle B are less than 90 degrees. So I'd write angle A and angle B. Which segment is perpendicular to CB? So this is CB, and we're looking for a segment that intersects and makes a 90-degree angle. Well, that would be AC. And you can write that either way, AC or CA. All right, let's change colors. Describe the following sequence and then find the next number. So I'm supposed to give the rule. It looks like I'm multiplying by 1/2. Okay, because 1/2 times 1/2 is 1/4 times 1/2 is 1/8. And then I need the next number. So if I multiply by 1/2 again, I get 1/16, and that's the next number. All right, our very last question is how many 2/5 are in 1 here at the very bottom of the screen. And I told you whenever you see this, what you're going to do is give the reciprocal of this. Okay, so it's 5 2s, or you could say 2 and 1/2, but 5 2s for sure, because we know that 2/5 times its reciprocal, 5/2, is 1, and that's what they're looking for. So this would be your answer. You don't have to do this just yet. All right, have a great day. If you have any questions, please let me know.